The moment has come to take our rightful place in the world where we wizards were free.
Hi everybody! I watched the new Harry Potter Fantastic Beasts installment this weekend, The Crimes of Grindelwald, and I wanted to give my take on it. There are plenty of reviews out there on the web, so I'll focus on a political analysis of this movie. There's obviously some spoilers, so beware. Generally speaking, there are many ways to read the Harry Potter series. You can see them as tales of friendship, of bravery, or of facing our mortality. But I read them as stories about the crumbling of liberal societies into authoritarianism and fascism. It's a story about how people fight and how people willingly forgo their rights because an effective political demagogue persuaded them, or because they're afraid to fight back. So right at the beginning of the movie, when Grindelwald is breaking out of prison, we learn that he has a silver tongue that can create his own make the wizards great kind of cult. And that's very J.K. Rowling-like. She's an intensely political person. She has always promoted progressive and cosmopolitan values and admonished bigotry on the one hand and weakness in the face of it on the other. Her books are a clear denunciation of intolerance. She has always said that the magical world is suffering from the same ailments that we have in our world. So while we have racism towards black and brown folk and Jews in this magical world, there's a black woman president, and nobody bats an eye. There's also deeply conservative wizards that are into interracial marriage, and we're talking about the 1920s. And nobody cares that Tina Bernstein is Jewish. So while in the original Harry Potter series, the magical world's bigotry was mostly directed towards those of impure magic blood, in this movie, the primary target of bigotry are the real others, the muggles. And that's us.
Oh.
Yay! And Grindelwald does say some horrible things about us muggles. That we start wars, and that we destroy things, and that he's mostly right about that, actually. That's a fair point.
Jacob Kowalski. Oh.
So at the heart of the movie, there is a political battle between Grindelwald and the establishment, represented by the American magical president, the magical ministries of Europe, and the headmaster of a certain wizarding school that I was very happy to see again. So Mr. G here is claiming to represent the people, while those in the establishment are portrayed as weak and detached from the actual worries of the common wizard and wizardess.
Mr. Scamander!
Do you think Dumbledore will mourn for you?
And those common magical folk have good reasons to be afraid of these violent others, the muggles, who are different and dangerous and cannot be trusted. So at the climax of the movie, Grindelwald is holding a big political rally in Paris to get his message across. His populism is not directed at building walls between the magical and non-magical communities, no, but at taking over the world.
Magic blooms only in rare souls. Still, we must skulk in shadows.
Because it's us or them. If we don't subjugate them, they will destroy us. It's a matter of survival. There are caravans of war coming, and we need to send our troops, like, now. So in order to push his point, Grindelwald is showing his fellow wizards a teaser trailer of the next war to come. Bigger and worser. The humans are going to do a holocaust and drop a nuke. So he pushes to end the peace between the magical and non-magical communities, and he will say and do anything to advance his goal of getting more power.
Join me or die.
And like real-world authoritarian leaders who demand unwavering pledges of loyalty, promote fake news, and play the victim when they are actually the perpetrators of violence and aggression, so does Grindelwald. Muggles bringing crime. But no, I don't hate muggles, no, some of them are good people, I assume. I liked how Rowling adapted this recurring political message to the era where the movie is set. This is the late 20s, so Europe is still reeling from the big war that devastated the continent. That was a time of increasing pacifism and a mindset that everything must be done to avoid another war. War was so unpopular in Europe. Even the Germans themselves did not support a war that their own leader started, and he actually had to blame the British and the French for escalating the continent into war. Nobody wanted the war. So in the 20s, this bigoted populist message of this yellow-haired guy is promoting not harkening back to long-gone glory days because they haven't had a golden age. So he's talking about creating a new world.
But the old ways serve us no longer.
Where it will be wizards first. And like in our real world today and in history, the racist populists play their cards well by using the establishment's mistakes and shortcomings to rally support to their bigoted cause.
Their arrogance is a key to our victory.
This is how so many people end up supporting leaders who really do not have their best interest at heart, to say the least. And the hero of this new franchise, Newt Scamander. What a horrible name for a protagonist. Sorry.
Oh, come on.
He's one of those people who look at these historical events unfolding, and he's at first unwilling to pick a side. He's a both sides kind of do it kind of guy.
The time's coming when you wouldn't have to pick a side.
No, I don't do sides.
Right, Grindelwald is a mass murderer who's trying to start a war, but other politicians are also sometimes not nice. So it's hard to choose, it evens out, come on. But by the end of the movie, he's on board with the other peaceniks and liberals who want to maintain a world order of peace. About the movie itself, it was okay. I had a good time. But personally, I didn't like the CGI assault in the previous film, and I didn't like it here either. Sometimes it's just hard to follow or to get emotionally involved with what's going on when you don't really know what the hell is going on. It's also sometimes hard to follow all the personal and world history in the way that it is dropped here and there during the movie, sometimes without proper follow-up. And the main plot is the chase after this Credence guy that we thought died in the previous film. There's no genuine effort in the movie to explain how he stayed alive, nor how this cute no-match muggle fellow from the previous prequel still has his memory intact. Bof. So Grindelwald, he wants Credence because he's the only one who can kill Dumbledore. But Credence, unlike in the previous movie, it didn't do anything for me this time around. And apparently his girlfriend will turn into Voldemort's snake. Okay, let's see how that happens. I did like Depp as Grindelwald. I was happy he didn't do all his over-the-top shtick. And it almost made me forget that he used to beat his wife for some time. I did not like Jude Law's Dumbledore, but maybe that's just me. You know, when I look at Jude Law's face, I see an asshole. I'm sorry. I'm sure he's a good guy in reality. No. I believe he's most probably a douche. So now Dumbledore is a douche for me. So what did you think of the movie? Let me know in the comments. And also mention if you're interested in more Harry Potter videos. I have a bunch of ideas that I can either opt for a solo video to get them across, or go for a more traditional God Academy format of a conversation. So I'd like to thank our patrons again and invite you to join our community on patreon.com/godacademy. I'll see you all next time. Bye everybody!